Today we are going to discuss superconductivity, or we can say superconductor. This is chapter number 1 of unit number 5. So first we'll see just introduction of superconductor. The material, this material I'm using, it's just printout of PPTs. PPTs are already uploaded on the Google Classroom also, and I've provided this PPT on WhatsApp group also, so you can use that PPTs also. It's just a printout of that PPTs. So we'll start superconductor. So first we'll see who discovered that superconductivity. So this phenomenon, superconductivity or superconductor, it is discovered by H. Kamerlingh Onnes in 1911. Actually, how he discovered superconductivity, he was performing experiment on a helium. So first he successfully liquefied that helium, as the boiling point of helium is 4.2, and therefore it is possible to study the properties of material at very low temperature. In 1911 he was performing experiment on a mercury. So what he observed, that at very low temperature mercury is passed into a new state where resistivity is 0. So that new state, it is called as superconducting state. Again I'll repeat this. He was performing experiment on mercury. So he observed that at very low temperature mercury is passed into a new state. That means normal state to a new state. That new state he is called as it is called as superconducting state. That means normal state to superconducting state. And at that particular temperature, electrical resistivity is suddenly drops to 0. Electrical resistivity is 0. That means conductivity is very high. So like this he find out that concept, that is superconductivity. So that particular temperature where it passes into a new state, that means normal state to superconducting state, this particular temperature is called as critical temperature. So we'll see the definition of that critical temperature. That is, it is a critical temperature at which resistivity of superconductor goes to 0, and above this temperature the material is non-superconducting state, while below it the material becomes superconductor. That means if we consider this is the critical temperature, then below the critical temperature, that means when we cool that substance, below critical temperature, that means we are decreasing the temperature. टेम्परेचर अगर कम हो रहा है मतलब सब्सटेंस हम कूल कर रहे हैं. सो बिलो द क्रिटिकल टेम्परेचर इट इज इन द सुपर कंडक्टिंग स्टेट, एंड व्हेन वी इंक्रीज अबव द क्रिटिकल टेम्परेचर इट इज इन द नॉन सुपर कंडक्टिंग स्टेट. सो critical temperature is very important. So what is critical temperature? It is the temperature at which resistivity of superconductor goes to 0. That means, in other words, we can say conductivity is very high. Now what is superconductor? A conductor having 0 or almost 0 resistance is called superconductor, and this phenomenon, it is called as superconductivity. So we can say the difference between non-superconducting material and superconductor. Here temperature is 0 Kelvin and here it is critical temperature. So at the critical temperature it is in the superconducting state, and when temperature is 0 Kelvin, this is the curve for non-superconducting material, like this. So this is just the basic things you should know. What is mean by critical temperature, what is mean by superconductivity, and what is mean by superconductor. Again I'll tell you what is superconductor. It is a conductor having 0 or almost 0 resistance, it is called as superconductor. And below critical temperature, it is obviously it is related to critical temperature. Below the critical temperature, it is in the superconducting state, and above critical temperature it is non-superconducting state. Below critical temperature, resistivity of superconductor is 0. Remember this, what is mean by superconductor? Resistivity is 0. So we'll see some properties of superconductor. So these properties are very important. So actually there are 5 properties: zero electrical resistance, Meissner effect; third property is critical field; fourth one is persistent current; and fifth one is isotopic effect. Isotopic effect is not that much important, it is related to isotopic mass. So we are going to discuss these 4 properties: zero electrical resistance, Meissner's effect, critical field, persistent current. Zero electrical resistance, ये जो property है, ये तो itself it is in the definition of superconductor, that superconductor has zero electrical resistance. But we'll prove that by using by using a small experiment. So we'll just see this. I will just show you this zero electrical resistance. So this is 4 probe method. So what we have to do, consider this is a superconductor. This is a superconductor and 4 probes are connected to this: 1, 2, 3, 4. So this ammeter is already we know that ammeter is used to notice current, and voltmeter is used to notice voltage. So ammeter is connected to probe 1 and probe 4 through this applied power, we can say applied voltage also, or electricity. And here we'll get voltage at probe 2 and probe 3. Okay, so that is 4 probe method. Current is will provide current to the superconductor through this probe 1st and 4th. And here at voltage which is developed across this superconductor, we can find out at 2nd and 3rd. Again I repeat, here consider this is a superconductor and there are 4 probes are connected to this: 1, 2, 3 and 4. So the current is passed in the superconductor through the current probe 1st and 4th. Here we are providing electricity. So 1st and 4th, through these 2 probes, current is passed to the superconductor, and this voltage which is developed in the superconductor is measured with this 2 probes 2 and 3, because voltmeter is connected to probe 2 and 3. Now the resistance of superconductor can be calculated by Ohm's law. Now what is normal state? Obviously normal state is temperature is above critical temperature, and superconducting state is temperature is below critical temperature. So always remember this. So when this conductor it is in the normal state, that means temperature is above critical temperature. Now at the normal stage, a voltage develop across the voltage probe. Here above critical temperature, voltage is developed across voltage probe, and Ohm's law is obey. So Ohm's law, which is equals to V is equals to IR. Here we'll get voltage when temperature is above critical temperature. So when we'll get voltage, that means it obeys Ohm's law. Here we are getting voltage, so V is equals to IR. Now when we consider superconducting state, that means below critical temperature, temperature is below critical temperature. At that time obviously resistance is, here R will be 0. Practically also we can find out, because here we are not getting any voltage when temperature is below critical temperature. यहाँ पे पहले नॉर्मल स्टेट में था तो यहाँ पे वोल्टेज हमें मिल रहा था, देयरफॉर इट ओबेज ओम्स लॉ. बट व्हेन टेम्परेचर इज बिलो क्रिटिकल टेम्परेचर, देन हियर वी आर नॉट गेटिंग वोल्टेज, एंड व्हेन वोल्टेज इज 0, obviously resistance of superconductor vanishes, and voltage also, it across the voltage across this two probe 2 and 3, it disappears. That is, voltage is also zero, but still current is flowing through this superconductor because it is connected to 1 and 4. So this is zero electrical resistance. That means voltage is zero, resistance is zero, but still current is flowing through this superconductor. So that is first property, which is zero electrical resistance. So again I'll explain. First you have to consider this is normal state and superconducting state. So when it is in the normal state, that means temperature is above critical temperature, then it obeys Ohm's law. We'll get here voltage. Okay. Now when we consider superconducting state, then that means temperature is below critical temperature. In that case, resistance will be zero. So resistance will be zero, and here across this voltmeter we'll get voltage which is equals to zero. That means resistance is also zero, voltage is also zero, but still here we are getting current. Current is still continues to flow in the superconductor, sorry, not semiconductor, superconductor. So this is zero electrical resistance. That means when the resistance is zero, still current is flowing. That means electrical resistance is zero. That means conductance is high. That means current will be high. So this is first property, zero electrical resistance. Now we will see next property, that is Meissner's effect. Next property, that is Meissner's effect. Now what is Meissner's effect? Meissner, he was a scientist who discovered this effect. Actually, what is that effect? This is the conductor. This in the circular shape, this is the conductor when it is at normal state. When it is at normal state, that means temperature is above critical temperature. So when that conductor which is at normal state, when we place it in the increasing magnetic field, or when we place in the magnetic field, then this magnetic flux line are passing through this conductor. It's also shown in this diagram also. See, this line can pass through this conductor. Okay, so this is the first case. Now when we cool that substance, when we cool that same conductor, then what will happen? When we cool that conductor below critical temperature, now the temperature is low as compared to critical temperature. That means when we cool that, we can use that word, we can cool, because we are decreasing the temperature. That means the substance we are cooling that conductor. So temperature is below critical temperature. That means when we cool that conductor, then this magnetic flux lines are excluded from the interior of that conductor or superconductor. This is Meissner's effect. Again I repeat, when we placed a conductor in the or we can say when it is in the normal state. Now if we say normal state, that means temperature is above critical temperature. So when we place that conductor which is in the normal state in the increasing magnetic field, then this magnetic flux line can pass through this conductor. Now when we cool that conductor, that means the temperature is below critical temperature, then this magnetic flux lines are excluded from the interior of that superconductor. Now temperature changes, temperature is below critical temperature, that means that conductor changes its states from normal state to superconducting state. So we can say it is a superconductor. Okay, so at temperature less than critical temperature, that means below critical temperature, it becomes superconductor, and when the temperature is below critical temperature, this magnetic flux lines are excluded from the interior of that superconductor. So this is called as Meissner's effect. This is Meissner's effect. That means when it is a conductor, then magnetic flux lines can pass through it. When it becomes superconductor, that are below critical temperature, obviously it depends on temperature, then magnetic flux lines are excluded from the interior of that superconductor. This is called as Meissner's effect. Always remember the temperature. When temperature is greater than critical temperature, this is normal state, and when temperature is below critical temperature, it is superconducting state. So when it is at normal state, then magnetic flux lines can pass. When it is in the superconducting state, magnetic flux line cannot pass through this superconductor. This is called as Meissner's effect. So when we see this now, this M, it is magnetization, and that M is magnetization, and B is the magnetic induction, and H, it is external magnetic field which we applied on this conductor. So when it is at normal state means temperature is above critical temperature, then we'll get B is equals to mu 0 H plus M. B is magnetic induction, H it is applied externally applied magnetic field, and M is magnetization. So it is at normal state. Now when it is in the superconducting state, that means why we are getting this? Because it is when magnetic flux line can pass through this conductor, therefore we'll get B inside the conductor. So how much we'll get that magnetic induction inside the conductor? So that much we'll get. So when temperature is below critical temperature, and that time magnetic flux line cannot pass through this superconductor. So inside that superconductor B will be 0. अगर पास ही नहीं हो रहा है तो obviously B 0 होगा. So therefore put in this equation B is equals to 0. So we'll get mu 0 H plus M. So H plus M is equals to 0. So M is equals to minus H. So M upon H will be minus 1, which is called as susceptibility of material. So this is about Meissner's effect. Now next we'll see critical field. What is critical field? Actually critical field is when we place superconductor in the increasing magnetic field. When we place superconductor in an increasing magnetic field, then at a particular magnetic field, superconductivity of superconductor is vanishes and it comes to the normal state. So that particular field, magnetic field, where superconductivity of superconductor vanishes, that particular magnetic field is called as critical field. Again I repeat, what is critical field? When we place superconductor in increasing magnetic field, then at a particular magnetic field, conductivity superconductivity of superconductor, it completely vanishes and that superconductor comes to the normal state. So that particular magnetic field where superconductivity vanishes is called as critical field. So critical magnet here, this is the critical field for a different material is mentioned. Now critical magnetic field at temperature T, we can find out that critical magnetic field at temperature T by using this formula HC. H it is magnetic field, applied magnetic field, and C stands for critical. So this is critical magnetic field at temperature T is equals to HC, that is critical magnetic field 0, that means at 0 degree Kelvin, 1 minus T upon Tc. T it is the temperature and Tc it is the critical temperature. So by using this formula we can find out critical magnetic field at temperature T. So this is third property, critical magnetic field. And now the last property we are going to discuss is persistent current. Now what is persistent current? Now you can see this ring, that is, or we can consider a closed loop. So this one, we can consider a closed loop or a ring. So once a current is started in a closed loop of superconducting material, it will continue to keep flowing of its own accord. So around the loop, as long as the loop is held below critical temperature. Below critical temperature. Here it is in the normal state. Here it is in the superconducting state. That means, what is the meaning of that? When we place that ring in the magnetic field, then magnetic field can pass through it and current is flowing through this. But when we switch off the magnetic field, still current is flowing through this closed loop. So such a steady current which flows without diminishing in strength is called persistent current. And the persistent current, it does not require external power to maintain. In superconducting states, resistance is zero and there is no I square R losses. Hence the current flow is initiated. It is estimated to it persists for more than 10⁵ years. So persistent current, it is one of the most important property of superconductor. So superconductor coil with persistent current flowing through them produces magnetic field and can therefore it can be act as a magnet. That means when we switch off the magnetic field, still current is flowing through this ring, or we can say closed loop. ये कंटिन्यूसली करंट इसमें फ्लो होता रहेगा. ये कब तक फ्लो होता है? इट नियर अबाउट 10⁵ ईयर. सो दिस इज परसिस्टेंट करंट. कंटिन्यूसली करंट फ्लो होता रहेगा विदाउट अप्लाइंग एक्सटर्नल पावर टू मेंटेन दैट करंट. सो दिस इज persistent current. So today we finished what is superconductor, what is superconductivity, what is critical temperature and properties of superconductor. So again I'll just repeat it. Superconductor is below critical temperature. Resistivity of superconductor is exactly zero. That is very important part in this. And at critical temperature it passes from normal state to superconducting state. Normal state is below above critical temperature and superconducting state is below critical temperature. This critical temperature is very important because at that temperature electrical resistivity of that material is zero. Electrical resistivity is zero. That means conductivity is very, very high. So above this critical temperature it is non-superconducting state and below critical temperature it is superconducting state. And four properties. First, zero electrical resistance. In that you have to explain 4 probe method experiment. In second, Meissner's effect. Meissner effect is when we consider conductor which is at normal state and when we place it in the magnetic field, then magnetic flux line can pass through it. Now when we cool that same conductor below critical temperature, then it becomes superconductor. When it becomes superconductor, then magnetic flux lines are excluded from that superconductor. That is Meissner's effect. Then critical field is the maximum or it is the particular magnetic field where superconductivity of that material vanishes and it comes to the normal state. That is critical field. And persistent current is flowing in this closed loop when there is no external supply is external power supply is provided or maintained. So this is persistent current. So these are the properties of superconductor. In the next video we'll see the next part, that is types of superconductor and BCS theory of superconductivity.